David Ferdoso from Conservative Intelligence Briefing joins us on the program. David, you wanna fight Cameron for those tickets tonight to New Kids on the Block?
No thanks.
By the way,
Actually,
that's
I'd fight him to see if whoever loses gets them, I guess.
that's the first time in the history of the world that sentence has ever been uttered. Want to fight for the New Kids on the Block tickets? Hey, listen, really appreciate you coming on the program, and you were writing about Hickenlooper's dropping poll numbers in the state of Colorado since the gun control effort that the governor undertook.
Yes, and I don't think that's the only thing that's driving this. And in fact, because Quinnipiac apparently decided that they had another agenda and didn't even ask the question, we don't really know for sure. But it is a bit of a coincidence that they did this, and that you've got two Democratic state senators being recalled over the gun control issue, and Hickenlooper's ratings dropping like a stone. He's only a point ahead of Tom Tancredo, who isn't exactly the most popular guy in the state.
Mm-hmm.
Hickenlooper used to be very popular in Colorado, and I think we're seeing a big change right now that may have something to do with that gun control vote. Because look, this is Colorado. This isn't Connecticut we're talking about.
Right. No, absolutely. I mean, in fact, that Quinnipiac poll, as you say, shows President Obama is also underwater. 54% disapproval, 43% approval, and really the only, let's say, federal interaction that the president has had with Colorado since he won election has been pushing for these gun control measures. You had Vice President Biden calling legislators actually at the Capitol while they were there at the Capitol lobbying for these gun control bills.
Yeah, no, that's right. And you have to wonder whether they have finally decided to overreach. And, Colorado has been this great electoral success story for the Democrats during the entire last decade. They turned it from a state that had two Republican senators, a Republican legislature, a Republican governor, and most of the congressional delegation was Republican. They flipped everything. They did lose some of those congressional seats, yet they still have created a new political normal that's definitely Democratic leaning. And yet it seems that they've finally gone ahead and done the things that they've gone back and reminded people, oh yeah, that's why we were always electing Republicans. And I do wonder whether they are going to have their comeuppance over this. The polling suggests that they're on their way right now.
Yeah, and you bring up those recall bids. We talked with Laura Carno from I Am Created Equal. She's been helping work on the recall effort against John Morris, and Senate President Morris is taking this very seriously. I guess the group A Whole Lot of People for John Morris say that they're willing to and prepared to challenge every single name submitted to the Colorado Secretary of State in an effort, I think, to delay this special election.
No, I think that's right. They're very unlikely to disqualify that many names. It's just now the other one, State Senator Giron, I don't know how it's pronounced, but her recall effort, there were fewer signatures submitted. They might have a shot there, but as far as Morse goes, it does look like eventually there's going to be an election.
Yeah, it does. And, again, I don't think the way that these folks are acting, they're not acting very confident, David. I mean, these are folks who supposedly should be reaping the benefits of taking these gun control votes. There should be all kinds of Coloradans standing up and saying, don't mess with our senators. And yet, apparently, the big money coming in defense of John Morris is coming in from out of state. No,
that's right. And within the state, the legislature is quite unpopular. Its ratings are way down, and Colorado, I think, is a natural place where you would think you'd see this happen. But perhaps the recent special election in Connecticut is even more surprising because you saw a special election where I believe it was a state senator. It was a Democratic seat that went Republican, and the guy campaigned against the gun control law they passed there. It's a good sign that, you pass these laws and know, as I think Charles Cook of NRO put it earlier today, You don't just get ushered into heaven when you pass such laws. People get upset, and it looks like that's what's happening in many different places right now.
Absolutely. And so, given the fact that today is the 6th anniversary of the murders at Sandy Hook, we have some of the families of the victims in Washington, D.C. President Obama is, once again calling for a vote. Senator Reid has said, well, we'll have another vote in the Senate, but I'm not going to vote on anything that's substantially watered down from Manchin, Schumer, Toomey. Given the fact that, David, we now know there's not this huge grassroots groundswell of support for additional gun control laws. There is it appears, a groundswell of concern over our privacy and government collection of data. Seems to me like this is going to be an even tougher climb for the president and Mayor Bloomberg this time around than it was a few months ago.
I do think that's right. And when you see, I think you could call what Bloomberg is doing now, you could say that there's a bit of a fit going on, and an attempt to intervene in several of these states in order to punish legislators when there's no alternative. For example, it's not as if there is a Democrat lining up to run against Mark Pryor in Arkansas who's more supportive of gun control. It just doesn't exist. So all he's doing is weakening these guys to make them lose, to show them that if you do this, there will be consequences, which is, for as much as people talk about the Tea Party or the Club for Growth or whoever coming in and trying to purify their party, what we're seeing right now is, I think, a very futile and self-defeating effort to destroy everyone who's reasonably sympathetic with you because they disagree with you in a couple of places.
Well, yeah, and it is fascinating to see Senator Schumer, now Senator Reid, both come out and very explicitly say, like, this isn't helpful. We really wish that he would stop doing this. But here's the thing. Bloomberg doesn't care about what I think, and I don't think Bloomberg cares what you think, and I'm pretty sure Bloomberg doesn't care what Harry Reid or Senator Schumer thinks. He's got his agenda, and he's got his billions of dollars, and the rest of us can sort of go to hell.
Yes. No, that's exactly right. That's right.
All right. Listen, David, appreciate you coming on the program, sir. Enjoy not going to New Kids on the Block tonight.
Excellent. Thank you. I'll think about it all evening.
It is National Bourbon Day today, so you can celebrate that instead.
That sounds like a better idea.
I'm right there with you. David Freddoso from Conservative Intelligence Briefing. By the way, how can folks get the Conservative Intelligence Briefing?
Just go to conservativeintel.com, and you can sign up for free. It's easy as that. You'll get it on Monday.
All right. Hey, thanks again, David. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Tim.
David Freddoso with us on the program.